Okay, we've got a game here against Declan, just typing in the good luck, have fun. But this is going to be the treasure format finals. And, I'm pretty favored in this matchup as the tournament is double elimination. So, in order for me to lose the tournament, I'd have to lose 2 matches in a row here, as opposed to just one on Declan's part. But it should be a good game either way. I'm on Burn. I played Declan earlier in the tournament, I think, but I forget exactly what they're on. But the Burn deck is just super good this format. There are some changes that I would make to it in the future, but even as is, it's just insanely strong. I brought it to the tournament because I feel like the deck was kind of like underexplored potentially, or maybe just not really as focused on as like good stuff was. So I wanted to represent it, and I guess I represented it pretty well because here we are in the finals. So not bad. I think here we're gonna set the germ, set of desserts. The reason we're doing this instead of the Sangin is they're unlikely to fire like a Raigeki or a Change of Heart or something on this right away. So I think we can feel pretty safe here if they attack into it. Then, oh, Man-Eater Bug is pretty good, yeah. Okay, we got a bit punished for the germ there, but, no big deal. Yeah, it's 1550. That's fine. We could fire the desserts now, but I feel like we can probably get them to a point where they've got 3 monsters on field. We've also, as a note, we've got Dark Hole Raigeki here, which is super powerful. It's kind of a great opener. But looks like they're just going to pass back to us. Magic Jammer's a pretty great draw as well. We're going to bring out Sangan, see if that's okay. Yep, that's fine. We are going to attack in to the Man-Eater Bug here. This is 550 damage as opposed to 500, so, I don't really feel the need to fire the Just Desserts just yet. And, they'll probably bring out another monster. If they don't bring out another monster, then I guess we get punished. But if they don't bring out another monster, we're not taking damage, so it is fine. But we're going to set the jammer. We will take 100 here. Sangan will die, but we'll be able to grab another recruit from deck if we want it. I think we do want it. We could get a tomato, but I think that Witch is good enough. 1200 defense they can't get over easily, so they've got to have some way to get around that. And, if they set another monster here, we could even consider, like, Dark Holing. They will indeed set another monster. Might be worth Dark Holing. We draw another Germ, which is interesting. So let's see. That could be Man-Eater Bug. I feel like that's what they would do. They get, like, a Sangan with... But, I'm fine with this. Let's just fire the Dark Hole. We are ahead a match, basically, so we can afford to take risks. Okay, it's a Cannon Soldier. That's a good draw. Or a good monster. So I guess they were setting that, hoping we'd attack him with the Witch. They will get a Search here, which is kind of unfortunate, but we do have the Raigeki for later. So maybe this plays a bit greedy, but I guess we'll just have to see. They're going to grab another Witch, which makes sense. We're going to bring out our Witch here. Let's see if that's fine. That is indeed fine. So we're going to attack in here for 1100. Pass back to them. Let's see what they do here. They could just set the Witch. And, yep. Probably just a set Witch there. True Nade is very interesting here. If we have the read that that's a set Witch, we could get in with the Cannon Soldier. And then, might be worth just a True Nade. It's going to be a thinker. I think we are going to True Nade. I'll just fire True Nade. True Nade's in here to, like, recycle things like Chain Energy and the like, but I think this is a pretty good use for it. And that will go through, so we're going to add these to hand. Let's bring out this Cannon Soldier. We could fire a Raigeki here instead, but we feel fine doing this. We're going to attack. It's a Mass Sorcerer. Okay, that's fine. Main 2, I think we're just good setting what we had before. So that's what we'll do. Very glad that I attacked in with the Cannon Soldier, not the Witch, because that could have been pretty bad. They're going to try Raigeking here. We are just going to Magic Jammer that, discarding a Germ. Germ is a bit less useful now that one Germ's already in grave. They're going to think about this. We don't want them to get the Mass Sorcerer attack in. So if they've got Change of Heart, then they can get in for that as well. But, you know, if they've got Raigeki Change of Heart, then nothing we can really do. They're going to set another, set a couple, and pass back to us. We draw another True Nade, so we could fire it. I don't really think we need to. I think I am just going to fire Raigeki here. We still get good value off of this, even if they've got a Witch set. Oh, they got a Faith set. Oh, I'm very glad I did that then. And we'll just attack in for 25 here. Because if they do have Mirror Force, they've got Mirror Force. Yep, but we do get a search here. So we can search out a monster from our deck, and I feel fine. I feel fine searching out another Witch, honestly. And we'll just set the Witch end turn. Because, like, if they've got Reborn, they can Reborn back in Mass Sorcerer, which would be unfortunate. But I feel like this is fine. They're only bringing out one monster this turn. So let's see what they do here. They're going to set one, pass back to us. We draw a Germ, which is pretty good. We could just set the Germ. I think we are going to. We know that they've used up Raigeki. If that's another Magician of Faith, then we get punished for this. But, you know, it is what it is. They're going to Dark Hole. That's fine. We lose another Germ, but again, not really valuable since there are no other Germs in deck. So we get another search here. So let's grab a... let's grab a... Nimble Momonga, actually. Declan asks a good question. Who searches first? Non-turn player searches first, so I do. So it worked out there. Maybe Momonga wasn't the pick. Maybe we should have grabbed a Mystic Tomato to get a bit more aggressive. We do have the True Nade in hand, so could have been a good option, but I don't know. Oh, I just noticed that we're both at 6350. That's kind of funny. It's kind of a weird life point amount, but I guess it worked out that way. They're going to grab a Sangame. I think Sangame makes sense here. The reason we grab Momonga is that they used up both Dark Hole and Raigeki, so there aren't really many good ways to clear the Momonga. They're going to set another pass back to us. We draw Spear Cretin, which is pretty good. It's a bit less good for us, though, now, given that they do have the Magician of Faith. So we're going to set this new Momonga here. Momonga is good as a deck thinner as well, which is pretty nice. So we'll be gaining life points, getting monsters on field, and having a deck thinner all in one. So it's pretty good. I also think it's got pretty good use outside of the burn deck as well. So that's something to consider for the future. Checking what they've got in grave. That might either mean that they've got a Magician of Faith, or they have the read that we have a Spear Cretin set. They're going to set one. Interesting that they're doing this now. Okay, I guess they're just passing, which makes sense. That's a bit worrying for us, honestly. If that's like a Raigeki or something. Because Magician of Faith can get back Raigeki. I mean, the only ways we have around that, like, we don't really want to crash our Momonga here because we gain 1,000, but then we lose out on the other Momongas in deck. It's a bit iffy. And also they get a search off that, so I think the best thing here to do is just pass. We set the True Nade as a bluff. We do have another in hand, so. But very likely Magician of Faith. We just have no way around that, though. Oh, it's a bug. Okay. That's fine. That's better than, well, maybe not better than Faith. Okay. Chain just desserts. So our bluff worked out for us here pretty well. So they lose some powerful cards. Oh, they're going to go all in. Oh, wow. Is this game? I don't... Oh, now it's game. Yeah. So that is game. Nothing much we really could have done. I mean, if we had crashed them a manga, then we could have potentially crawled our way back. But we had the read that it was Magician of Faith. Very well done to Declan for checking Grave and stuff, if that was their intention there. It was pretty good. But I feel comfortable with maybe swap in. I just find Trinity kind of underwhelming in this deck. I also find Toll a little underwhelming. Just from playing the games over the course of the tournament. So I'm kind of just using the side deck to make adjustments like in-game here. Probably not the best, but this should be good. I mean, they're on like good stuff, it looks like. So not really much we can change to the deck going up against good stuff. So, but this is a bit iffy for us. I mean, we could potentially lose match 1 with this next game here. So, and in doing that, we'll be on even footing again. So it'll be interesting to see. But they're probably going to side in a fair amount of burn hate, which I think makes sense. So let's just see what they do here. We're going to be able to go first. So let's hope we get a good opening hand here. That's a pretty good opener. Wow, that's really good. Confiscation. Let's see what they're working with. Well, I mean, Forceful's probably the pick here, right? Yeah, I think Forceful's the pick. They've got Max, Sangan, Witch, Heavy. Yeah. I think that makes sense. We could have, like, discarded one of the recruiters, but they've got another recruiter in hand, so it doesn't really matter. We're just going to set a Witch, set the Magic Jammer, pass back to them. If they want a Heavy and Magic Jammer, that's fine. But we feel fine with this. The only downside is that Princess Tsurugi here isn't the best, as, you know, they don't really have any spells and traps for us to burn them with. And with the Heavy, they're not really incentivized to set more spells and traps. It's good discard fodder off Magic Jammer, I guess, if they don't just Heavy the Magic Jammer here. They're going to think about this for a bit. Which honestly, you know, it's a good thing to think about here, because they know that we've sort of set up their hand in the way that's most advantageous for us, and we're sort of playing around what they've got. So, yep, the Mechanical Chaser is fine. Go ahead and attack in here. It's a Witch. We can get a search here. Honestly, I'm thinking just grab the Germ, because if they attack into Germ, then they take 500 damage. We get 2 more Germs. We can Raigeki their board, attack in for a bunch. Chain Energy's pretty good here, although with the... I mean, I think what we do is we just set the Germ, activate Chain Energy, and then Magic Jammer when they go to... yeah, maybe we should have added a Recruiter instead. But... yeah. I won't hold that against them. Maybe we honestly set the Spear Cretin here as a bit of a bluff. We get back a Witch. I don't really feel the need to do that. I'm just going to set a Germ, activate Chain Energy, pass to them. Uh-oh. That excitement's a bit worrying. Jammer. So now they'll have to pay 500 one way or another. So we will be taking 850 off of this, but they will be able to clear one of our Germs. But I think that's ultimately fine. At this point, I don't even think it's worth it to fire the Raigeki yet. I think it's more worth actually just to set the Momonga. Checking Graves, I think actually Spear Cretin gets us more value if we just bring it out now. So let's pay 5, set the Spear Cretin, switch this to defense. If they've got Raigeki, then we get kind of owned here. But if they don't, I think we're pretty fine. And I feel like they probably don't, given that they didn't use the Raigeki there. Yep, that's fine. Aha, Spear Cretin gets us back a Witch, I think, is the best choice. And they have no monsters in grave. And this is incredibly good for us. We do also have Spear Cretin for the loop, but I don't really think it's even necessary. Let's just pay 500. Fire Raigeki here. If they do get a search off this, which, you know, is pretty nice for them. But we can get in for 2100, so. Because I mean, I don't really feel like there's any reason not to summon out the Momonga here. If they've got like Raigeki or Dark Hole, then we get a search off the Witch. And cost them 500 more, so. I guess we'll have to see what they search here, but. Yep, they're searching a Mech Chaser. That's fine, though. Summon out Momonga, flip up Witch, get in for 21. And pass to them. If they do have Raigeki, we get majorly owned, but not the worst thing in the world. They're paying 5 to do something. Setting, okay. Question is, what would they set here? Another Sorcerer, maybe? If they do set Mass Sorcerer, that's pretty unfortunate, but I think we're going to, I mean, if it's anything else, we're fine, so. I'm going to pay 5, summon Sangan, and let's just go for this. Attack him with the Sangan, because we can't switch to defense if it is something. It's just Tomato, that's fine. Switch these to defense. Pass back. Yeah, I forgot the 100 there. I guess I could come up. But I think that's fine. I'd be taking more damage leaving Witch and Sangan in attack, so. They're going to pay another 5, bring out Mech Chaser. Makes sense. And they're going to get attacking here, probably clearing both my recruiters, I assume. I'll take the 850 there. Search. Let's grab a Witch. Yeah. Let's grab a... Actually a bit of a thinker here. Cyberjar could be a good option. Cannon Soldier could be another good option. I do kind of like Cannon Soldier. Just as a way to, like, get some inevitability here. Oh. I could cut them off monsters. Or no, that's bad. I was thinking if I attack in with Momonga into Tomato, I gain 600 going up to 1800. I get 2 more monsters on field. Summon out Cannon Soldier, tribute them off for 1500 damage, dropping them down to 900. Activate another chain energy. But that's like actively bad because I would be at 3,300, they'd attack in for 3,250, so that would not be worth it, like, in the slightest. I think I still do want to switch my manga to attack and attack in here into the tomato. So this will gain me 600. My manga dies. I get 2 more Momongas here. Set. Do I pay 500? Yeah. Yeah, I pay 500 for the witch. And then I think I do pay 500 for chain energy here. It's a bit risky. Just a little bit risky. And if they do get attack in here, I mean, if they get an attack in here, then I lose anyways. So, like, I don't mind that. I think the move for them is honestly just to pass. The issue is, of course, if they just pass, then, like, they're just letting me control the show. Maybe I shouldn't have activated that other chain energy because it kind of just benefits them here. But that's fine. I'll get a search off the witch. I don't even know what to add here. Maybe a Sangan. Yeah, Sangan seems fine. Yeah, that was probably the correct choice on their part. I'm kind of... Maybe this wasn't the best course of action. Because now I just have to kind of pass. I can't really commit more to board. They're going to switch tomato to defense. Makes sense if we want to crash more Momongas. Yeah, I shouldn't have activated that chain energy here. But then again, I mean, I wouldn't really want to be committing more to the board anyways, so. Ooh, Flash Assailant's interesting. Cyberjar isn't really worth. I mean, we're just trying to... It's basically whoever draws a power card first, right? Forceful Sentry is a powerful card, but not exactly the card I want here. End phase, we're discarding Tsurugi because they're not setting. It's a little bit worrying. I feel like they've got more cards that can win them the game here than we do. Change of Hearts. Did that win us the game? No, not yet. So we need the big thing. It would have won us the game if they kept Mystic Tomato in attack, but as is, I don't think it does because it takes 2,000 to, yeah. We shouldn't have activated the other chain energy. That was getting a bit greedy here. But I feel like that's fine. I think here we actually do pay 1,000 to bring out Spear Cretin. No, that can't be right. Yeah, I think we just have to pass, and yeah, so end phase will discard a Forceful. It's kind of rough, but I don't think there was a way to get lethal since we only have 2 activations with chain energy. So, like, we could have set Spear Cretin to get in their monster on board, but that sort of prevents us from then using Change of Heart with the Cannon Soldier. So we're just kind of in a tough spot. I guess we could have flipped up a Momonga. Oh, that's very good. That's insanely good. That wins us the game, actually, because we have 2 cards to bring out, and yeah, that just wins us the game. So let's pay 1,000. Summon out Cannon Soldier. Tribute, tribute, tribute. For 1,500. And then let's pay another 1,000. Set just desserts. Pass back to them. And this will be the end of the game. Okay, so worked out for us. That was a good game 2. We still got 1 game left in the match though, so you know there's time. But that was a pretty intense one. I think going second, we will decide out the. Yeah, going second, we'll side out the hand rips. They can be a bit more dead for us than for them. And I feel like this is fine. The Sarugis were kind of dead for most of the time. So maybe they're less good than something like a Toll. So I'll swap in 1 for a Toll. But I feel like this should be fine. So let's see how this goes. If we win this next game, we win the entire tournament, which is very exciting. So looking forward to that. Okay. We got our game here. And Toll in the opener is okay. Actually, this is an incredibly good hand now that I look at it. We've got 3 of the Power 5 spells in our hand. That's pretty nuts. They're just going to bring out a Mech Chaser. And maybe we'll scare them off of spell and trap cards. Okay, they're just going to... They're setting 2. Okay, that is fine by us. Let's just start with a Pot of Greed. Might as well. Okay, that goes through. This is insane. Do we even fire the Trinade now? Yes, because if they do have a mirror, I don't even know. Well, either way, I think what we do here, we summon out. They could have sided into negation, I guess. Yeah, let's try for a Trinade. Okay, cool. That does go through. Let's bring out a manga. Activate Change of Heart. Get in for 2850. Main 2. Activate Toll. And, yeah, I'll set a Magic Jammer as well. I mean, they likely have, like, a heavy, but we've got Jammer for that. And they committed 2 back row, so, like, they might not have... Oh, they're activating Fisher. Is that fine? That's fine. We'll lose it. That's unfortunate. But, I mean, I think it's... So if I had activated the Jammer, I would have discarded Germ. And if they had any other form of monster removal there, we'd be without monsters. So we can take 1850 here. Dropping them down 500 more, so that's fine. They're going to set 2 back. Oh, it's 3 back row. Oh, 4 back row. Where's Princess of Tsurugi? 5 back row. Whoa, where's Princess of Tsurugi when I need it? Wow. Yeah, I don't think it's worth to fire the Raigeki now. So I'm just going to set the Germ, pass back to them. Let's see what they do here. They're thinking about it. They're thinking about something. Change of heart, target our germ. 2850, that's fine. I don't think they can get us down to dead here. They've got Cannon Soldier, that's 4250 plus 1500, which isn't lethal. So we're still fine. Okay. This is fine. They're down to 3650. We're down to 3300. They're going to set another. And we get the germ back now. Cannon Soldier. Maybe we should have saved the change of heart. Let's try and fire a Raigeki. They're thinking about it, so maybe they've sided in to some removal here. Okay, that does go through. Let's bring out a Mystic Tomato. That's fine by them. Let's switch our Germ to defense to play around Mirror Force and attack in for 14. That'll be 500 for us, but honestly, that's fine. Maybe we should have attacked in with the Germ, because we do have the Cannon Soldier as backup, but I feel fine about this. It would have been playing a bit greedily to attack him with the Germ as well. But if they don't have something here, okay, that's fine. I'm not going to waste a Magic Jammer on a Trunade. Like, obviously it's unfortunate if they've got a power spell here, and it looks like they do. But, I mean, they would have just been able to use the power spell anyways. So, that's rough. Down to 950 here. They're going to set 3, pass back to us. Spear Cretin is an insanely good draw, because they do not have any monsters in grave. So we're just going to set, activate, pass back to them. Ooh, this is a bad sign. If they've got a Raigeki here, then we do just lose the game. Tribute will also do it. But GG's. On to the real finals. So I think this last game could have gone either way, honestly. Yeah. So we are going to the finals. So they did manage to claw their way back. So, yeah. The thing. Yeah, I'm not the king of games anymore. This is an insanely good hand, though. I mean, I don't want to set everything in case they do have a heavy, but I will set the desserts. Desserts is unfortunate if they do heavy it, but, like, it is what it is. Yep. Pot of Greed in this matchup is actually kind of funny because it basically counts for 1,000 damage. Because you have to activate it, and then you play whatever cards you draw off it. So, yeah, if you want to get use out of it, it's basically 1,000 damage. But I'm feeling good about this. This is a pretty good start. Ooh, they're committing more. Must be a pretty good draw if they're doing that. Ooh, Trunade's interesting. We could Dark Hole here. Trunade back our Chain Energy. Grab like a Witch, attack in. Is that worth it? I think it might be. I mean, might as well. Making big plays here. Trying to hit a... Yeah, we hit him off. That is exactly what we wanted to hit. And we're going to grab a Witch. Summon Witch. Hit in. Set activate pass. And let's see what they do here. This was maybe not worth it, but yep, that's fine. That Chain Energy got a fair amount of value. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's unfortunate, obviously, but like, drops them down 1,000 more. We've got the Witch, so not the worst thing in the world for us. We also have a Just Desserts set, which could count for quite a lot. Wow, they're setting 4. Whew, that's a pretty big amount. Let's go for Toll. Switch Witch to defense, pass back to them. If they kill our Witch, then we get like a Cyber Jar. That's what I'm thinking. Unfortunately, we don't have Tsurugi in the main. That would be a great search here. But if they want to attack, they get... Ooh, okay. That's interesting. Okay. Sure. That's kind of unfortunate. Banisher can be pretty good. Not gonna lie. Yep. Well, actually, let's ask if they're doing Prio here. Oh, okay. No problems. Okay. So we do take 14 there. They're just going to pass to us. Kind of unfortunate. If we bring out... I mean, I think we have to bring out Tomato and attack. Right? Because we set Tomato, it gets banished off Banisher. Yeah. We just got to go for it. No fear. Okay, it does get Trap Hold, but... I mean, that was basically going to happen. Either way, if they want to keep attacking, they've got to keep taking damage here. We will be losing a fair bit, but I think it's ultimately fine. Yeah, it's just unfortunate we lost our chance to get rid of the Banisher. It is what it is, though. And they're dropping down slowly but surely. We're also dropping down, of course, but... if we can keep setting, we can stem the bleeding a little bit. So they'll have to keep paying life points to clear our blockers here. Yeah, so I feel good about this. Their Change of Hearting. That's really bad. I think I have to just fire the Just Desserts. So I will be taking 2,400, but they'll be taking 15. And Banisher in the main is kind of insane. Yeah. And just like that, the game plan has fallen apart. Maybe the Dark Hole... Oh, yeah. Maybe the Dark Hole early on was a bit greedy. I felt the need to get aggressive. But, I don't know, maybe it was... I don't know, maybe we should have saved it for a case like this. But it's hard to say. Yeah, it's hard to say when they had a Moth set to get back Pot of Greed. Like, I don't know. Maybe we should have saved the True Nade and just eaten the cost of the chain energy there. But, yeah. This will be the end of the game there. So, that's going to be that. Yeah, Declan's now favored for the match, I'd say. I mean, Burn can have a tough time against decks that are ready for it after siding. But, I mean, I guess Declan, like, Banisher is kind of good against Burn in, like, that could potentially be a side deck card against Burn, and it stops, like, Giant Germ, it stops... Oh, my goodness, this may just be it. Let's see what we hit here. Not really. It's okay. It's not the worst for us. Get a bit of a tough choice, it looks like, here. You're going to send Sangan. That's interesting. We're just going to set a Germ. And we're just going to do the classic set desserts, activate chain energy. Is this like... this trio of cards. That's crazy. The same thing in the last... Oh, okay, yeah. If they've got the MST, they've got the MST. After siding, they've probably got a lot more spell and trap removal. So, makes sense. But we're not going to be as fast and loose with our Dark Hole here, I don't think. Let's see if that helps us out a bit here. So there's no shot that isn't a recruiter, right? Like, that has to be a recruiter. Question is, do I set the Momonga? Yeah. I'm going to set Momonga. They have to have Raigeki exactly in order to have this board. If they've got something like Change of Heart, it doesn't do it. Dark Hole would also be pretty brutal here if they've got a recruiter set, but we have a Dark Hole of our own, so it's not the worst thing in the world. We just gotta hope they attack in. Yep, that's fine. Looks like they will indeed attack in. It is Momonga, so we'll get the 1,000. There we go. Let's bring out 2 more Momongas from deck here. Set these bad boys down. And they're going to set and pass. Coffee is not the best here. So we'll just set Dark Hole pass. If they hand drip a Comfy, that is perfectly fine. And that is a Germ. So we'll be able to get out 2 more Germs from deck here. Let's get out that one, and there it is, on top. Witch is a way to clear Witch, so I just do, yeah. Normal summon Witch. That's fine by them. Let's just try and get in for this. If they've got Mirror Force, I mean, they'll probably use it here. But if they don't, they're taking 2,000. That will go through. Okay. Doesn't necessarily mean that they don't have Mirror Force. Just means that they were okay letting that attack go through. Let's see what they search before deciding what we want to get. Because Can Soldier could be pretty nice here, but it's kind of risky. They're going to get a Witch. I think we also want to get a... No, we want a Witch. 2 can play at the Witch game. Let's attack in for 2,000, hopefully. That does go through. So happy about that. And honestly, I'm going to activate Comfy. See what they're cooking with. They've got a Moth and a Witch. I think I'm going to send the Witch. Yeah, because Moth can't really get back anything good here. So we are feeling a-okay about that. I guess we could have Truenated to make sure that they didn't have like a Mirror Force or something. Sure. That's pretty good. They're probably going to get back that. Yeah. So I think we do Trinid here, get in for 3,100. Let's see if this goes through. It does indeed. Let's bring out Witch, flip up these guys, get in here. If it's not Magician of Faith, then bravo. It is not. Okay. Bravo. Ultimately, this is fine. We... yeah, set to pass. Because Dark Hole isn't the best right now. It's okay, but not the best. But we got majorly outplayed there. It does happen. And now they could potentially fisher away one of our mangas, so... I think we probably should have gone for the Trinade play when we had a clear line to their life points. We could have gotten in 2,000 more, dropping them down to 3,000. I don't know. It's tough to say. Okay, and now we know they've got a Moth in hand, so... I mean... just send them all to defense until we draw something to deal with the tomato there. We do have the Jammer for if they've got Raigeki. This isn't the most ideal situation for us, though. Okay, that has to be Moth, right? Yeah. So if it is Moth, they've got a Raigeki. I think we want to set Jammer to have double Jammer online. It's kind of iffy, but I think we do want to do it. It's a very tricky situation, though. I think for both players, honestly. Ooh, they're starting to attack in. I'm okay with that. Yep, give me a Cannon Soldier. Do I want a Cannon Soldier? Actually, I think I want a Princess Tsurugi. Cyberjar is pretty funny. Let's set this Princess Tsurugi and pass to them. Bit of an intense one here. Ooh, that's interesting. I'm not okay with that. Or at least I want to get my spell and trap card zones down to less. Yeah, that's fine. that's 1,000. That's fine. They've got 3 monsters on field. They gotta think, do we attack in to all their monsters here? This is honestly perfect. So I gain 1,000 from that. Gain 1,000 from this. They take 5 from that. 1,400 here. And then this is about as good of a Just Desserts as I can get here. Let's just see if they like activate Reborn or do something to get another monster on field. We can always do this at end of main. $2,000 damage. Ooh, and tomato drawn. Ooh, that's pretty good. Do we dark? I don't even think we dark hole here. I think we just summon out Sangan, hit into Faith. That seems not bad to me. We could also summon out Tomato, hit into Faith. I like that. Let's be good. Sangan. They're thinking. Okay. Play around Mirror Force a little bit here. They will take the 700 there. And, I mean, let's just pass back to them. I'm feeling pretty good about this situation. There are ways that Declan can win here, but I feel good. I don't think I'm at risk of dying this turn. Reborn. Target. That's a bit annoying. Could they get 2 searches in here? Yeah, that's fine. I still don't think I'm at major risk. Yeah, I'm not at major risk, so that's 400. I do get a search. I think I just Cannon Soldier is very nice, but might just be more worth to get a Sangan. Or a Spear Cretin. I think I do want the Cannon Soldier. Yep, now this is 1,100. They declare. Oh, that's an incredibly good draw. Okay, let's go for that pot. That is fine by them. Those are some good ones. Those are some really good ones, in fact. Darkle. They're thinking. They got something here. They will indeed let that go through. They do get 2 searches here. It's a little bit unfortunate. They're going to grab Tomato. grab Masked. That is fine. I mean, we could go for game with Cannon Soldier, but I think that's really greedy. So let's just go for a Sangan poke. Attack in here. They've got Mirror Force. They've got Mirror Force. It seems like they might have something here. Okay, it is indeed good. They're going to take 1,000, go down to 800. And let's just pass to them. A little bit worrying that they might have had something there and chose not to act on it, but okay, this should just be the end of the game, maybe? A little bit worrying. I mean, I'm not going to prio this. No prio. Because if I prio and tribute like Sangan or something, then yeah. I figured that would happen, but I had to do it that way. I think. Because if they didn't have the trap hole, then I'd game there. I could have prio tributed Cannon Soldier itself, but like, I don't know. It's kind of iffy. How many? Yeah, that's fine. Is it fine, actually, though? You know what? I'm just going to jammer that. Maybe that's greedy on my part, but I think that Mirror Force is such a good card that... This also keeps them off 2 monsters, potentially. They should probably have the read that it's not desserts, because if it was desserts, I would have just prioed the Cannon Soldier summon. But, I don't know, might. Let's see what they do here. Oh, True Nade's pretty good, yeah. That goes back to hand. Now they can do whatever they want here. They don't have a Reborn, though. So, interesting. Very interesting. Okay, well, let's just fire Forceful, I guess. The two... Oh, okay, so those are 2 new monsters. Wow. Let's send back Masked. Yeah. Set, pass. Maybe you should have sent back Tomato. As if I bring back... I mean, they could just bring back a Tomato with Spear Cretin, so... It doesn't really matter in that regard. I think the Spear Cretin pick here is definitely Cyberjar. But, we'll see. Maybe I should have... I'm getting like, buyer's remorse on not prioing the Cannon Soldier, but I think ultimately it was the right choice. Let's get a... How many? They've got 1 there. Yeah, let's just get a jar. I guess I should have gotten a Cannon Soldier and then Mirror Forced, but I figure that they've got some form of removal for the Mirror Force. Maybe they don't. I don't know. It just... I don't know. It's tricky. I think I might have just threw the game right there. But Burn is a very tough deck to play. And this is the second match in a row I'm playing of it. Bit of a tricky sort of deck to keep consistently good. I guess we'll just have to see if this does pay off for us. I want to draw into more of my burn cards, as I haven't really drawn in to all that I have available. Let's see if they want to bring out something here. They are able to bring something off the Cretan. It is both players, so they've got some good choices in there. Yeah, probably the right choice. Since it isn't a flip monster, though, I think I might just keep Cyberjar set. Maybe I won't. Yeah, I don't know. This has been kind of a weird one. Yeah, I think I do want to just flip up a Cyberjar, but I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, okay. That is very good. Oh no. That's really bad for me. Yep, that's... Whew. They reborn my Cannon Soldier. Get in 2,500 here. Yep. And luckily they can only get 2,500. How many are they sending? 500 for that. I assume for more as well. Yep. Probably their entire board, right? Except for one. Because, I mean, if they tribute their entire board, I can just switch Sing into attack and attack in. But we'll indeed get a search here. If they've got another Magician of Faith set there for Change of Heart, then that's really bad for me. Let's see what they're asking here. So what they mean by the banish is the Cyberjar effect. So basically, if Cyberjar flips up and a Witch or a Sangan is destroyed, you do the search after the Cyberjar finishes resolving. So that's what they mean by that. So, they're not tributing the Witch. And this makes perfect sense, because if they hadn't kept a monster on board, then we would just be able to attack in. It turns out it doesn't matter. Yep. All top deck for the win. Yeah, so occasionally games just go that way where top deck can just be the end of the game, you know. I think I do want to... Do I want to start out the hand rips? Probably. Maybe side in some Princess Shrugi and a Waboku. Yeah, I don't know. This looks fine. Burn games can be very close. I feel like each of these games have been close in their own way for the most part when Burn is actually won. And that's oftentimes how it goes. Do I side in a Minar to be cheeky? I think the answer is no, but it would be very funny. Just also pretty bad. Solemn? Nah, Solemn isn't worth it. I'm thinking Solemn because they're going to be on more removal, but I feel like this is fine. We are going second, so, you know, we are a bit disadvantaged on top of... Oh, well, we're only disadvantaged if they snipe the Pot of Greed out of our hand with a hand rip, I guess. Which it looks like they're not going to, so I'm happy about that. Pots. Oh, wow. Wow, 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 wow. Well, I mean, We don't need to set all our back row here. They could just be trying to get us to set a bunch to then heavy, but ooh, it's pretty good. Not gonna lie. Oh, the Flash Assailant. Yo. That is fine. They're going to attack into Momonga. We get 2 more. And also we gain some life points here as well. So we gain a bunch of life points here. We'll take it. Ooh, which is pretty good. Let's set the witch. Pass back to them. I'm feeling pretty good about this game so far. Perfect. Now we can feel fine just right-gecking that board next turn. They're going to attack into witch. We are going to grab another witch off that. Princess Tsurugi could also be good. No, that worked out very well for us, actually, that it crashed, because heavy is annoying. That's very annoying. We wanted all those. But they lost some as well, and we do have the right Geki here, so we feel okay about this. It was a fair trade, I think. Kind of rough, though, but we can get in for a fair amount of damage. Oh, chain energy is very good as well. Summon Sangan. They're thinking. Right, Geki. They will get a search here, so they'll be able to grab back. They'll be able to search like a witch, or not a witch, a magician potentially. Unless that's a solemn judgment. Oh, let's go, Magician of Faith right there. They'll get a search here. Grab another Magician of Faith potentially, but I feel pretty good about that. They're grabbing a witch. That's fine. You know what? We're up on life points. Let's flip up manga. They do have Trap Hole. That's fine. We used up a Trap Hole for later. Attack in 2100. Activate Chain Energy. Pass back to them. We feel pretty good about this. Oh, that's pretty good. Let's pay another 5. Bring out Sangan. Attack him with Sangan. We could be getting baited here. We are indeed getting baited, but that's fine. Because, main 2, let's just activate another Chain Energy. Switch these to defense, pass back to them. We feel perfectly fine on this game state. In order to do anything here, they've got to pay 1,000 life points, which is a pretty hefty cost. So, we're feeling very good about this. They're going to pass back to us. We're going to pass back to them. It's a bit of a waiting game at this point, but, you know, neither of us really want to commit more here, because that's a pretty steep cost off the Chain Energy. If we do draw like a tomato or something to attack over the witch, then we feel very good about that. Oh, I guess we should have switched Sangan to defense, but I don't know. It's fine. Let's do that now. Pass back to them. See what they do here. They're thinking about doing something, and they are indeed going to do something. Paying 1,000, activate Trunade. That is perfectly fine. These go back to hand. I don't think they can kill us here, so we're feeling good. Probably going to flip up a Magician of Faith, or activate a Magician. Oh, that's fine, yeah. Yep, they can feel free to snipe. Let's see what they hit here. So, hand was shuffled out for True Nade, so it's fine. Yep, that's fine. That is honestly perfect. We'll send the Germ and send a Cretan. Sure. I mean, I honestly don't know what you send here. You could send like a Chain Energy, but you could also just set a Magician of Faith to get back heavy to get rid of Chain Energy that way. It's a bit tricky. Yeah, they're checking to see what we got in Grave. I don't actually think we've got anything too good to get back with Cretan. They've got something a lot better to get back with Cretan, which is Magician of Faith. So I feel like Cretan's honestly more of a benefit to them right now. I mean, we can set up the Cretan loop just to stall, but I don't actually think that's that very good here, especially because they can Magician of Faith back to Reborn a Cretan, cut off the Cretan loop. So, like, it's not actually a real Cretan loop. They are going to indeed send back the Spear Cretan, which I think makes sense. As I said, they can just Magician of Faith, a Heavy Storm here. And that'll be fine. True Nade, that's pretty funny. I mean, let's just fire the double Chain Energy, force them to pay 1,000. That's what I think I'm going to do. We do know about the Heavy coming. If they tried to do some big brain play, and that's not actually Moth, then, oh, maybe it isn't actually Moth. Ooh, this could be getting pretty spicy. They could also just be waiting for a better time. But we feel pretty good about this. If we ever draw a Change of Heart, we fire that on the set 100%. Unfortunately, we don't really have too many other ways to out the Magician. Yep, that's fine. Yep. So it looks like they are going to make a play here. Bit worrying, but I think we're pretty fine. Oh, Cannon Soldier, that's a bit annoying. They can't actually clear our entire field here, though. So they are going to clear the Witch, so we're going to grab a Tomato. We're going to clear Sangan, so let's grab a... Oh, let's grab another Witch. Probably the best. Now they're going to tribute off some stuff. And I feel very good here, unless they're playing like Waboku. If they have Waboku, that's unfortunate, but if they don't, we can crash our Tomato into their Cannon Soldier, bring out a Cannon Soldier, or just another Tomato, attack into the Witch, attack directly with Sangan. That's pretty good. They're going to set one. And will they set another? Be feeling pretty good if they set a bunch for the Princess Tsurugi plays, but we make that play later. I think they're probably keeping Princess Tsurugi in mind here. So they are indeed going to tribute off the Cannon Soldier. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, that's just the end of the game. Unless that's a Waboku. The game is over. Yep. Reborn, target that Cannon Soldier. And that will be the end of the game. These were really good games. Declan played those games as you should against Burn. Burn's just such a tricky deck to play. And, I mean, they just played it brilliantly. So, congratulations to Declan for making this far. I mean, this really came down to the wire. So, again, shout out to Declan for making it that far. awesome games, really cool back and forth, and it's just awesome to see a tournament end in basically a 6-game final match. So really cool to see. And I think that both players played extremely well. So great games to see. But let me know what you think of those games down in the comments below, and let me know what you think about Treasure format. I think that those games really showed how exciting it can be, and the tournament as a whole was great. I should have fuller coverage of that tournament up, like sometime early next week potentially, so look forward to that. It should be a lot of fun. But I look forward to chatting with you all down in the comments below, and until next time, I've been Ben from YGO from Zero, and I'm signing off.